welcome back to yet another Chris the Fish 03 video. In this one, it's another special guest with Adam here, but this is going to continue from the wharf video. So now we're going to be going through all of Adam's tanks and unboxing his new fish as well. Say hi.
Hi.
Right, so I'm going to start off with his amazing 6 foot. Now Adam is more for the tetras than anything else, but he doesn't just have your bog standard tetras. Now just to show, you've seen his skills in my garage anyway, with like the flooring and the tote and everything else. This 6 foot tank, when he first got it, it looked a mess. Not only that, but he refused to take the stand that was with it. So without even having the tank here, he's managed to build this stand for it, and it looks perfect. Granted, he's still waiting to put the doors on. He's got them cut, he's just got to get them painted and whatever else. Then he went and put a lid on as well, or a hood should I say, because the lids is just planks of wood at the moment. But he runs all real plants and CO2 and everything else as well. So we'll see what the best quality we can get. Obviously you might recognise some of this rock from my fish tanks when I had the Malawis. But you got all the glow lights, you got some beautiful, what I think are rare, they're like black and purple Harley Quinn tetras. And then you can see you got some black neons, some silver tip tetras, African red eye tetras. You got the one gourami just over here. There's probably a couple of those in here, but we'll get Adam to give us a run through on what these fish actually are, because he'll know a lot better than I will. Now this tank is a complete amazement, purely because the stand, the tank and the hood is made completely from scratch himself. So as I say, even the tank, he just got some random pieces of glass from one of our friends, and he's managed to measure it all up and make a complete cube tank out of it. And this one you can see has got all the jewel fry in here. Now I don't know if you know my channel, I used to have the jewel cichlids that was a breeding pair. Adam had them, and this is all the fry, or most of the fry should I say, from the breeding pair that he had. It goes for all the natural as well, so you can see he's got the real plants and the bogwood and everything else. Some of these are probably what, about a couple of months old, if not a bit more, so they're already gaining size. But this is absolutely done a fantastic job with this tank. Alright then, so this is your talking part, so let us know what fish you've got in here, what different types of tetras.
So these ones, so you got the Congo tetras with the long tails. Those ones are the males. The females don't obviously have as much coloration or the extended fins. We've got Ricinus longipinus, also known as the African longfin tetra, which is the larger ones with the black stripe on the tail swimming around. So we've got a few of those. You can see the big male there actually. So the big
He's
one.
a beast. Don't stay still very long though, do they?
No, not at all. So those are probably one of my favourites in this tank, along with the African red eyes, which again are not commonly seen in most aquatic shops.
No, the African red eye ones I love. These are my favourite ones, and I picked a few of these up for you from TA Aquaculture as well, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's the one.
So yeah, carry on then.
We've got also a couple of cribs down the bottom here who are doing really well. Really well. There's a juvenile female, which is obviously the smaller one, and they're starting to pair up nicely now, so hopefully they're going to start kick off.
So we might have a breeding pair there soon. What's the little ones here? These are serpates.
Ember tetras, those are. They're tiny, and they're fully grown now. They're you know, they're like 15 mil in size. Obviously there's a couple of little other few tetras.
Yeah, you can see we've got some neons as well. The reason we can tell the difference between the neons is the red only goes halfway, whereas the cardinal comes the full length of the body.
Also in here, I've got...
Are they silver tips up there?
Yeah, I've got 3 of them. Just random.
I thought they was.
Some of the fish, like the glow lights, are just sort of random, few random neons. But I've got 2 hoplos. One of them's currently sat behind this big piece of bogwood here, so you can't see him that well.
Well, the hoplos you'll know because you've seen them in my tanks as well. I've got the one normal, which Adam's got 2 of, and then I've got the 2 albinos as well.
And I've got also Pierre, common plec, somewhere hiding in there.
Yeah, Pierre the common plec is the giant plec that I had in my tanks, but obviously because I was emptying the tote out ready to be able to put the window in, I couldn't house him anywhere because of his size, so obviously we've gave him to Adam, but he's probably hiding at the back of here somewhere. Oh yeah, there you go, you can just about make out his tail about here, so he's sticking out the end of the cave, so he must be in this bit here.
And then to finish up in there really, there's a couple of bristle nose plex, but I don't know where they are at the minute. One's probably tucked under that bit of slate on that cave that I made. But other than that, that's it. Some of these fish, again, they're not, you don't see them very commonly, but I think they're absolutely gorgeous. Especially that big male Bracinus, I think he's a right looker.
So we've got uncommons and rares. So as I said before, when Adam does his tetras, they're not your standard ones that you see like in my fish tank that I've got in my living room. They're all your usual stuff. But as he says, somewhere hiding around, you've also got the bristle nose, you've got the hoplos and stuff like that as well. A lot of the corridoras that I've got in my tank again came from this one when he did have the massive syndonsis and the pictus, but obviously they've been moved on as well purely because it was too much bio load. And then he's got this massive slate cave as well, which he's made himself. Absolute handy guy he is. So yeah, and don't know if it's just me, if I turn it this way, does anybody else think that big piece of bogwood looks like a mask with like a Pinocchio's nose? Looks pretty cool. And then you're running all this on the FX5, and then we've got the air stones, we've got an internal filter, we've got some digital heaters, and he's also got the CO2 system running on it as well. So this is obviously the main tank of Adam's. Then as I say, you've also got the cube tank which he's made, which have come from the breeding pair of dual cichlids that I used to have. And then if we come over to this side, he's built this racking system with his 2 little tanks as well. Now this one at the moment is empty, just running on a couple of sponge filters. But this one, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it. Oh, you can actually see them alright. These are all the really young jewels. Now purely because of how many fry they kept having and he's running out of space, the breeding pair have now been moved on to our friend Ben, who again I've told you before is going to be opening Rowley Aquatics. So as it stands at the moment, he's got all these young in here which have got weeks to grow, plus he's got all those in there as well. So I think you're pretty happy with the way the jewels went, aren't you?
Yeah, sure. Some of them in there as well, some of them at the minute they're getting really big, so I'm presuming they're going to be the males like this one. Gorgeous. So hopefully we'll get some nice pairs off them and some nice big size males.
And as I said before, because this is going to be a part 2 spin-off from the Wharf Aquatics fish tour, which I hope you all enjoyed and you all hit the like button on it. This is where we start the unboxing of Adam's fish, which are going to be going in here. So as well as all the rare kind of tetras that he's got, he's also bought a couple more hoplos to go in there as well. Right, so here comes the unboxing. And as I say, at first we're just going to empty out Adam's. Well, that is a whole lot of fish.
Yours to one side. So I think we'll start off with, so these are what we're going to say Ternetzi. It's gone quite pale, haven't they?
Yeah, but they'll colour up once they've calmed down. It's just the stress of the travel.
So they're rough from like the Amazon river basins. Actually, I can put them in there now, can't I?
Yeah.
Let's get them floating. Bracinus longpinus, African longfin tetras. They're quite a bit smaller than the ones which I've got in there at the moment, but it's not a massive issue with regards to putting those in with the bigger ones. So then we got 3 more hoplos. Which are quite.
Where are they? Oh, there we go.
Slightly spotted, aren't they?
Oh, they're definitely different to the ones that I've got.
And the difference of mine are These have got a bit more spotting to them. And this next fish, I didn't expect to have it today, so I'm massively chuffed that somebody else didn't collect what they'd reserved, which is, I've got only 5 bruschardi, which end up pretty much same coloration, but at the top part end up being really blue with orange fins, which are very, very rare, especially in the current circumstances, to be able to get these, so I'm mega chuffed.
And I'll also note as well, yes, he did say they were already reserved. When we got there, he was gutted because they had these fish and they said that they were sold on the glass. But then when the guys gone off and had a look and asked about them, the woman that had reserved them, they had been there for 3 weeks and she still hadn't come back, hadn't called or anything, so he was happy to sell them. So that's where Adam literally fell to his knees with happiness, nearly crying because they said he could have these fish, and these fish were about 16 quid a piece as well. Right, so experienced fish keepers watching this will know, but those that don't, whenever you get new fish, you should always float the bag for about 20 minutes or so, just so that the fish can acclimate to the temperature of your tank. And then after that, I'll show you, you never put the bag water into your tank.
20 minutes later.
Right, so now that we're ready to start unbagging them, so Adam's going to get the bag out because they've acclimated. As I says, we'll have the net over the top of the bucket. Make sure it's secured, so then when you start pouring the bag out, the water will go straight into the bucket, but the fish will go into the net. And you make sure you got all your fish in there. Adam will put it in, I'll get the below footage, and there they go. So there's the first fish in. Alright, so we got the second bag of fish coming out. And he's trying to carefully pour some of the water out, but just do it straight in the net. There you go. Alright, make sure you get all the fish in, so there's none in the bucket. Alright, again.
They are jumpers in the net.
And there you go. So they'll probably find the rest of the ones that he's got and start schooling, but as it stands at the moment, they'll just sit at the bottom while they try and get used to it.
So we've got 3 males, 1 female. Reason you can tell with these on the anal fin, the females, they have a concave anal fin and the males have a convex.
Alright, so bag number 3, we've got the hoplos. So again, hold the net nice and firm, pour it straight into the net. Make sure you got them all out of the bag before you throw the bag away. And then go the hoplo catfish. 9 times out of 10 they will go straight to find cover because they like it in the dark. But there's 1, 2 and the third one just back there. Absolute beautiful colours on them. All of the fish going in might be a bit light at the moment because of the stress of going in, but they will colour up a bit more once they've got comfortable. And then we've got 2 bags left. Bag number 4.
Prize winning fish. Look at that. Purple. They end up as blue when they're mature. Gorgeous.
So again, wasting no time. Bag number 4 straight in.
Look at that. Look at it, Chris.
Oh wow. You can see the shine even on the camera. Straight in, no bother. See how they're all sitting at the bottom at the moment just while they try and adjust to the new surroundings. And then if we was to come back, say, tomorrow, you'd see that they all look very, very different and they'd all be blending in a bit more with what's in here already. While we're doing all this, you can see his big hoplo at the back as well. Just decided to come out and see what's going on. And there's the other one just by the bogwood. Alright, and then the last bag going in now.
A couple more of the same bruschardi just in. Get more caught.
That's it, make sure the bag's empty. Look at the colours on them. And then straight in. And these are the fish that he was glad to get because they said was sold, and they're like 16 quid a piece as well. So these fish better survive and he better love them. But look at the colours on them as well.
It's not only that, they're not readily available in the UK.
And then another good thing to do as well, after you've added new fish, some people will like to put some stress coat in just to help the new fish settle. That's if you've got it to demand. And others will also turn the lights off so that it gives the darkness and time for them to settle and adjust. And while they're doing that, you haven't got all the other fish trying to pick on them either. Right, so now that we've got all the fish in, we're going to get ready to go so I can put my fish in. We've had a good day today, innit?
Fantastic day. Well chuffed with that.
As I say, we are absolutely buzzing. Right, so we're going to leave the video here. So again, please make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye.